Hello guys, and welcome back to Butterfly Box 78. I will be reading for Gemini. And before I get started, I will say that I am new to the social media platform. Not to say that I don't ever use social media, but I've never really used it in this way. I am interested in increasing my fellowship, and sometimes, and not just in the Lexington, Kentucky area, but just in general. So I am here because sometimes with strong intuitive, I guess, talents or insights, we can lend clarity to situations that you may or may not have, but somehow you might find something useful when you listen to these readings. I'm currently reading for Gemini for September 11th through October the 11th. I know that today is the 13th? Yeah, Friday the 13th. Ooh, so this should be a good day for everyone. Hopefully the day of truth and the day of clarity for you. So I had a very eventful night last night or this morning. So I'm hoping that the energy that I'm prevailing or giving is love and a lot of healing, if there needs to be healing, and just many blessings. I believe that I'm here to love. I want to be able to give more love and, of course, receive love. But everybody needs love. So this reading is for Gemini. All right. Gemini. Ugh, they don't even want to come together. All right, Gemini love reading. Actually, guys, give me just 1 second. I did set my stones out last night for recharging. I'm not sure if I really believe in all of the stones things, but I do believe that they create, I do believe in the frequencies that they carry. So let's see here. I know a lot of tarot readers do believe in the frequency. Well, there is such thing as stones having frequencies or carrying frequencies, but I'm not going to get into all that because, number one, I don't know enough about it, and number two, I trust myself, and I'm trusting that I believe that I'm bringing the best energy possible to this reading, especially if what I'm trying to give is nothing but positivity, love, and blessings, abundance, all of those things. All right, let's start again. Gemini. Love reading for September 11th to October. Please give us some clarity. September love reading. Please give us September love reading. Please give us September to October love reading. September to October love reading for Gemini. September to October, love reading for Gemini. Alright, my sensors are telling me to stop. Wisdom in the reverse. I'm choosing to put that upright since it landed sideways. 5 of Clubs in reverse. Okay. So, you could possibly be dealing with an earth sign or a water sign. Possibly. The wisdom came in reverse. So, in the past. So, it's something that possibly you've gone against your better judgment about. I'm not quite sure if it was a loved one. That's because this is a love reading. So I suspect that you in the past went against your better judgment in a situation that you were having with someone. And then you have the 5 of Pentacles. And the 5 of Pentacles is telling us that you're walking away from something. It's 2 women in the snow walking away, like from money. You see the one, she's looking up, she's like, dang, we're going to leave all this. But you may have made the decision to leave that situation for a better situation, or what you think is a better situation, because there is some type of fulfillment with the 9 of Cups. It's like being content, not quite fulfilled, but just being content. And then the 5 is emotionally just not even being satisfied, the overall. So let's get some clarity on the wisdom. Please clarify the wisdom for us. Power in reverse. So it looks like you may have given your power away to a loved one, or a situation that you were dealing with a loved one. And instead of doing what you were supposed to, like following your intuition and maybe standing your ground. This is also the Chariot. So this is like movement. You gave away the power of that. Let's clarify the power. Princess of Swords. Jeez. In reverse. So basically it came back on you. Let me see here. Hold on just a second. Princess in reverse is like you weren't understanding the situation that was actually going on. Or this could be your partner leaving a situation. It was like they went against their better judgment, because these readings can go vice versa. And for the cross watchers, I could be speaking to you, and this could be your Gemini, or the Gemini. Obviously, this could be whoever it is that you're dealing with. But somebody, either way, power was given up. And they're, you know, there just wasn't enough understanding on the purpose of walking away. So let's clarify. Someone's telling me to clarify the 5 of Pentacles. Justice. So it was a situation where, and it could be a legal matter, where this person that you were dealing with was looking for what is right, what is just. Let's see. Five of Pentacles is saying that yeah, you're walking away. There was something that was leaving either you or them empty in the situation. The Justice, clarifying it, means that they might have had a justification to walk away, or you had the justification to walk away, but from the past, you may have even avoided this had you just used your better judgment and known in the first place. Justice, which is also the card of Athena, is saying that, how do I put this? Yeah, the situation was almost troublesome. Let's clarify. Please clarify the Justice. Please clarify the Justice for us. Please clarify the Justice card for us. Please clarify the Justice card for us. Please clarify the Justice card for us. Yeah. Three of Staves. Alright, so again, there wasn't any stability. You or this person wasn't offering enough stability. Let's see. Please clarify the Three of Staves. Yeah. You get the Princess and the Prince. So this relationship was young. This relationship could have been new. And there just wasn't enough to go on, Gemini. Please clarify this, the Prince of Swords. Yeah. The Nine of Staves in reverse. The Nine of Staves is explaining to us in reverse that this was a situation that was probably beyond your control. There were already some underlying things going on, and probably with the both of you guys, since I have the Princess and the Prince, that represents both of you guys. And actually the person that you could have been dealing with may have gone against their better judgment, messing with you, because we know how y'all are, Geminis. Y'all are all over the place. Please clarify the Princess of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles. So whoever this was thought this was going to be a great new beginning to something. They were interested in seeing it flow, but somebody walked away. They had to, because the situation wasn't just. It wasn't clear. There was too much. The emotions, maybe ran too high. It may have been a situation where you started, you know, you built, the relationship was built possibly, and I see no emotion here, except for over here, but the situation may have even just been built physically, because the Nine of Cups is telling us that you're just content. It's like a situation, or it could have been a situation you've been dealing with, and there's just contentment when there's not fulfillment. The Ten of Cups upright would have explained to us that you were being fulfilled. But right now, it's kind of like, it's too iffy. Please, I mean, it's not really iffy. It's just wrong. Or I shouldn't say wrong. It's just there wasn't enough to go off of. Yeah. The Four of Swords. I'm not even going to put that on there for that. Please clarify the Nine of Cups. Please clarify the Nine of Cups. Please help me to clarify the Nine of Cups. All right. Ace of Staves. So there, okay. Please clarify the Ace of Staves. The Princess of Staves in reverse. Please clarify the Princess. Satisfaction. Please clarify the Six of Cups. Jesus. Alright, guys. I just wanted to keep going just to see where this was going to end up. So in the future, you guys may try again, because for some reason, I think that you guys feel like that there's something there possibly to work with. But the problem is that no one's really showing their hand. And I get this song a lot stuck in my head, but it's like Future's song, Mask Off. And in order to really lay a solid foundation for a relationship, that means sometimes that you guys have to get down to even the nitty-gritty of each other in order for there to be some type of to be able to reverse a lot of these cards that are in the reverse. Just because this is what it says, in the end you are destined for your future. So it doesn't mean that this could be a possibility of what's to happen, but it doesn't mean that this is set in stone. See, a lot of tarot readers would be like, okay, this is what's going to happen, and this is it, and you're waiting for it to happen. You try to do everything, but what some people don't understand is the other party that's actually involved. I mean, this takes some time and some nurturing, because it says that there's growth, but emotionally people are hurt. So I don't know if Gemini, there is something that's being said or not being said or not being communicated, which I think that that's what it is. There's some emotions, I think, that Gemini, you aren't communicating. And what you think that maybe you shouldn't communicate or that you don't want to communicate may be the thing that they want to hear, because at the bottom of the deck we have the Queen of Cups in the upright, And you see that this could say a couple of things. This energy could say that, no, I don't want to hear it, don't tell me. Or like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they told me that. And the sun is shining on her. Please clarify the Princess of Cups. The moon, yeah. This has to do with disillusionment. So when you guys started into this relationship, it may have started off pretty good, but the problem was that either you or them weren't living to what you said it could possibly be. Because now we have the moon upright. And the moon is telling us, the moon, can bring out the best and the worst in people. And yeah, the moon in this particular is talking about like supportive of women. So if you are a woman, Gemini, and you are in a relationship with a man, then this card is saying that you're needing support. If you are a man who is a Gemini in a relationship with a woman who is not, then there needs to be some emotional support. That's what I get from the Queen. She's just like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. Please clarify the Five of Cups. Yeah. King of Pentacles. Wow. Because this could be this isn't an end-all be-all situation. But Gemini, you are going to have to figure out a way to communicate in order to get the support that you deserve. Because in the end, your Gemini man or woman is going to be bringing it all. Pentacles to me isn't just an earth sign. It is like, it's got everything. It's wealthy. It doesn't just mean like material wealth or financial wealth, which it does have, but it also means that you're it's bringing in a stability that is needed in order for this relationship to really evolve. Please clarify in fact, I'm not even going to clarify anymore because it doesn't need any clarification. As you can see on the board, this is what it's telling us. And we're going to end this particular reading right here because this is all that's needed. Communication, support, or maybe your counterpart needs to be supporting you, that feminine aspect of you. It doesn't necessarily mean women. It doesn't have to be a fight, because in the end, and see, I did this same exact reading earlier for Gemini, and my phone, the camera cut off, and it was the same thing, that if you are a woman who is dealing with a Gemini man, you do need stability, but they need support so you guys can get to this, because it's going to pay off in the end. I've not met many Gemini men, although they are fickle as hell. If they love you, they're going to bring home the wealth. They're going to bring it to you. And they're going to love bringing it to you, because in the end, they want to see you happy. Of course, they're a little selfish and they want to see themselves happy too. But the support is going to be the biggest thing. So I don't think emotionally this person may be leaving, but once you find some balance, there's going to be a contentment, there's going to be a new start. And Gemini, you're going to have to be sensitive to their emotions, or they're going to have to be sensitive to your emotions in order for there to be a support system. So that way the king can come in and stabilize and spoil you and all that kind of good stuff. All right. Whew. That took me a second. Plus I'm tired. All right. Let's figure out, let's see what the Path of Wisdom has for us. Path of Wisdom for Gemini. Please show us the Path of Wisdom. This is the Vision Quest. I love these cards. These are my first deck. And I really like these cards because no matter what, whether it's upright or reverse, the message is always extremely positive, and that's what we really need. And what's really cool is the message goes either way, up or down. It doesn't even matter the order, because, well, it does matter the order, but it doesn't matter if you start at the bottom or the top, because the order is still, the outcome for the order is going to be the same. For the Path of Wisdom, you can't go wrong with that. Please give us the Path of Wisdom for Gemini for September. Please give us the Path of Wisdom for Gemini. Please give us the Path of Wisdom for Gemini. Please give us the Path of Wisdom for Gemini. Please give us the Path of Wisdom for Gemini. Please give us the Path of Wisdom for Gemini. All right. Okay. This is good. So the first card is Inner Order in the reverse. So Gemini, this is going to be very important. And this, like I said, the card goes both ways. It's giving and receiving almost. So there has to be order in the relationship. And that was the problem that I showed you in the first spread, was that there may have not been any order. So it's not like either of you two lied to each other, but there wasn't an order or a plan of action of how maybe this could work out, and masks weren't off. And see, that's the thing, not knowing enough about the person that we're dealing with, you know. So here there's inner order. And I'm not going to read it in the reverse or upright because it goes towards both of you guys. The next is futility. This has to do with strength. This is your sign. It's like the rose growing out of the concrete. You're going to have to find some strength. Hurt. That makes sense. There could have been some hurt that was inflicted, which we already knew from the first spread, because the cups were spilt. They were pretty much all in the reverse that came on the board. Son of Air, disillusionment. All right. So we've got 3, 7 of Air, 9 of Air, and then Son of Air. And what this is telling me, Gemini, because you are an air sign element, is that there was some disillusionment, like I said before. And let me keep going. Mother of Fire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And the overall energy. All right, so this is saying that there needs to be an inner order in order for the relationship to move further. That means prioritizing things with the person that you're in a relationship. So you, Gemini, need to prioritize the order of how you're giving yourself to this relationship. The futility is telling us that not everything is a fight, but you have strength to rise above the stones, above the situation. 9, hurt. It could have possibly been things you said or didn't do, maybe promises that weren't fulfilled. But there's pain. And either way, it could be going either way. But the Son of Air is telling us that there was some type of disillusionment. The Mother of Fire is telling us that you need to give back and show this person this softer, more nurturing side of you. Show them, and they're going to see the transformation. And as a result, at the end, there is the Son of Water. And the Son of Water is like the Prince of Cups. It's saying, okay, I have these feelings, I have these emotions. How should I? It's okay for you to be able to express these things. And in the reverse, you have the Son of Water, and that's the emotions. And in order for you to get to that inner order at the end, you're going to have to go through a transformation. So there has to be some growth in order to transform. And the Mother of Fire is tending the fire of love between the two of you. Because in this card, I want you to see, look how happy she is. She's like, yeah, this is love right here. She's warm. She's tending the fire. You need to reach into that more feminine aspect of yourself. Son of Air is telling us that in the reverse, or going back this way, is that there's things that you can manifest, but don't sell anybody a dream, because if so, there could be hurt, a lot of hurt. And this could cause a fight. And you don't want to hurt that person with your staff, because all that was needed was inner order. That's the path of wisdom. And then the overall for this, which I think is really important, is, if you can see it, I got a glare, I'm sorry guys, is the Daughter of Fire. So this relationship may be new, anywhere between 3 months on up to a year. To me, that's a new relationship. And it's telling us that you can see her. And with her burning incense, there's a very spiritual, in all religions and all sects and all spirituality, even now, me burning incense, it is about clearing the air. And that's really what needs to be done. So that way, see the storm in the background? She's giving it. It's like she prayed on it and is giving it to God and letting the smoke rise to the heavens. Because smoke can never go down. It only goes up. And that's like giving God what it is that you're praying on, like giving it to God. And look, beautiful flowers, a beautiful, beautiful dress she has on. That's the feminine. It doesn't matter if you're masculine or feminine. It's just tapping into your feminine, your youthful feminine side and saying, hey, I'm going to pray on this. This could work. Right. Because it shows that there's growth. Let's get the inner message. There's always an inner message. And we're going to use the Sacred Rebel cards. Some of my favorite cards. Sacred Rebel cards. Please give us the inner message for Gemini. Please give us the inner message for Gemini. Please give us the inner message for Gemini. All right. Please give me the inner message for Gemini. Okay. Again, mask off. Maybe you sold somebody a dream, or maybe you were sold a dream, but this says seeing the true you. And this doesn't mean anything bad. It's just seeing yourself for who you are. You're beautiful, you're kind, you're loving, you're respectful. Because even if you're giving out the negative energy, when you truly look at yourself, I guarantee that you are not a bad person at all. Sometimes we act out against people, and it's our defense mechanism. And for every action, there's a reaction. But sometimes we have to look at ourselves to see the true us and everything that it is that we're doing. I don't think I need to pull any more for that. That's enough in itself. All right. Let's see here. Let's get the wisdom. I love these cards. These are literally my most... I love all the cards that I have. I know that these cards... Look how beautiful that is. I know these cards were meant for me because they're just so beautiful. They're deep. They describe, the kind of wisdom and advice and inner order and messages that I'm really trying to convey to folks who may or may not be struggling. And sometimes these readings don't resonate. They may not have anything to do with you, or they could have everything to do with you. But whichever way it goes, you can always learn something, because we're always searching for answers. I think that's why tarot readings right now are so big. It's just blowing up all over the place. You see tarot readers just really coming out the box. Woo! Please give us the wisdom for Gemini. Please give us the wisdom for Gemini. Please give us the wisdom for Gemini. I'm feeling something. Illusion. Here we are again. Back in this again. Illusion. And it says, embrace the truth. This could be a situation, Gemini, where you were disillusioning yourself about the relationship that you were in. But again, it's like she walked through a mirror and is seeing what's on the other side. And it's like the same thing, because it's an illusion. It's not necessarily what you think it is. It's not better for one side or the other. It may look better, but it's not necessarily better. And like I said again, futures mask off, you know, getting down to the nitty gritty. This is very inspirational. Opportunity knocks. Go for it. So if there's an opportunity for you to save the relationship, then check it out. If not, I'm thinking for some reason, Gemini, this has to do with your career. There's something that's coming. And the both of you, look, this is what it is. The both of you guys are looking at this new opportunity. That's what the King of Pentacles was. It was saying that there's a great payoff later on. See, this is you, Gemini. You were like, I already knew that. And look, this is your partner like, oh my gosh, I didn't think it was going to be like this. Look how amazing this is. Wow. And again, we get intuition, which goes back to the very first part of your reading, where wisdom was in the reverse. You didn't use your better intuition. So now it's telling you, the wisdom is telling you to turn that upright and use your intuition. Wow. I love these cards. Love, love, love. Wisdom is just so good with these, I'm telling you. I mean, and it's not anything you couldn't figure out for yourself. All right, the last, another favorite deck. The last is the overall wisdom. Let's give us the overall wisdom for Gemini. Love reading. Please give us overall wisdom for Gemini. Love reading. Please give us overall wisdom for Gemini. Love reading. Please give us overall advice. The love reading for Gemini. Stop here. Party. So looks like some of y'all are going to be doing some partying, having some fun. And maybe that's what's needed in order to lighten the spirits. I believe in that. Sometimes you got to go out and do some things together. Because look, it says celebrate yourself. But it's got two people holding hands. Yeah. Dog. So I feel like this card kind of comes in a lot of different ways. The advice on the card states, be your own best friend. True. However, don't let the person that you're dealing with dog you out. Use your intuition, like what the wisdom said. And if you have to walk away from the situation, do so in order to get to that King of Pentacles. But if not, we do understand that dog is man's best friend and they are very loyal. So it could be that situation also. That you may think that something's going on and it isn't. And they're being very loyal. Because Geminis have a tendency to be fickle. But if you are a Gemini, don't let this person dog you out. And don't dog the person. But be your best friend. Be loyal. And be understanding. Alien. It's like one of my favorite cards. It says, accept that you are an unrepeatable, spectacular phenomenon. So no matter what the situation is, always remember, Gemini, the advice is telling you that you are not repeatable. There's no one else like you. And there's probably no one else like you that has ever come into this individual's life. which is why I really believe that there is a potential for growth for that Ace of Staves. That tells me that there's growth. There's something there between you guys. Definitely. And the overall energy on this was shopping. Ooh. Pay attention to what energizes you. Or you could be shopping for the person that you're dealing with. Sometimes a nice gesture, like a nice gift, is something that maybe your partner might want or need in order to keep the peace between the two of you guys. It's like a peace offering. Like, hey babe, I got you these beautiful cufflinks. I wanted you to have them because I love you. Let's sit down and talk. Or hey babe, I wanted you to have this necklace or this bracelet or this ring. Let's hash out our differences. Let's balance this out. Let's find some order to our chaos and love each other the way that we're supposed to. All right, guys. That was your September to October reading. Thank you.